Alright, what's up everyone? I just want to let you know I am here. Started the stream a little late today because I was testing games that I received yesterday in the mail via Amazon to try out for playthroughs this week starting tomorrow. So it took a little bit longer than usual to get set up here. Not sure exactly what's going on. We have no stream chat mods today, which is very bizarre. Usually we at least have one or two people who show up. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I am looking to progress in No Man's Sky today. It's going to be me trying to find some kind of narrative purpose. If you're not aware, at the very end of yesterday's gameplay, after 5 hours, I finally got a mission to follow Atlas and try to find Atlas, who was this mysterious red orb at the beginning of the game, who we had heard nothing of since the beginning of the game. So 5 hours of kind of wandering around myself, and I finally got, like, some kind of a direction. So we'll see how that goes today. That's going to be my purpose, is to try to get enough resources or whatever to keep following the galaxy jumps and finally get to Atlas and see if that leads us to some kind of story progression. Alright? I'm actually going to give it a few more minutes because I just tweeted that the stream is live. And I need to basically voice people as they join the stream chat because there's no mods. So there you go. I might just chat it up with you guys for a few minutes before I officially start pre-stream. Yeah, people in the stream chat are having an interesting conversation about RTS games. Real-time strategy. Yeah, they were absolutely huge. They were absolutely huge in the 1990s. Games like Command and Conquer. Games like... Hold on a second. Games like StarCraft, games like Age of Empires. You know, Age of Empires was huge in the 90s and early 2000s. And I used to play all those games because I actually was very much into Warcraft. I played the original Warcraft games for a while. And then I played StarCraft, and then Warcraft 3 released. And that was, like, huge, epic when that released, because it was the first, like, 3D. Everything else had been, like, hand-drawn 2D art. And Warcraft 3 was 3D for the first time, you know, polygons and all that shit. And it was a great game in a lot of ways. And then, of course, you had all the mods for Warcraft 3, which turned it into games that eventually turned into MOBAs. That's the origin of MOBAs, was a mod for Warcraft 3. That was like the actual origin of it, turning the game based into only playing as a hero with all kinds of things around that hero. Yeah, RTS games were huge in the 90s. And then all of a sudden they just kind of died. After a while, you know, I think it was really what I think it was, honestly. It was the era of consoles. And I know a lot of people are going like, ah. No, I think the era of consoles was what made that RTS gaming kind of fall out of favor. Because it actually was around the early to mid-2000s when consoles kind of overtook PC gaming in a way. When you think about it, the era of the PS2, right? And not to say that you know, the Nintendo era and the PS1 era weren't huge. They absolutely were. But when the PS2 hit, it was kind of like, now gaming is hitting the mainstream, right? People who normally weren't gamers are getting into gaming for the first time, and people were running out in droves to buy this PlayStation 2. It was the hot new thing. And what ended up happening was so many people went out to buy consoles that these game developers started saying, man, we got to focus now on consoles, because even though PC gaming might have been our bread and butter for a while, it looks like this is going to be the future. And when they went to try to translate certain games to consoles, they realized they didn't work, and one of them was RTS games. Traditionally, RTS games do terribly on console, because ideally you need a keyboard and mouse to be able to select multiple units and group them together with a shortcut hotkey, and then move this group over here while you're micromanaging, and you go to this part of the map quickly while you're flying over there, and you can't really do that with a controller. You just can't. And I think that's what happened, is RTS games kind of lost their prominence as you saw that slow transition of mainstream gamers moving to consoles, and therefore game developers moving to consoles. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying that there wasn't a market for PC gaming. Absolutely there was, and there still is a huge market for PC gaming. But I think what happened was the game developers saw this pattern and migrated to consoles rather than focusing on the PC development. It wasn't the gamers themselves, it was the actual game developers. Alright, but anyway, we're just chatting it up, killing some time here to get people to join the stream. I'm going to start formal pre-stream in a moment here. And I'm going to address this thing that people seem to be confused about. Oh, what is this? Hold on. I tweeted something. Oh, I see what's going on here. So people are trying to help me out because I got Scarface, and Scarface is an original Xbox game, okay? And because it's an original Xbox game, unfortunately, sadly, it does not run at the proper aspect ratio. And hold on a second. Close this. Okay. It doesn't run at the proper aspect ratio. Original Xbox games, a lot of them ran in widescreen, but, well, let me put it, actually, let me take that back. They didn't run in widescreen. They ran in a 4:3 aspect ratio, which is for old school TVs, you know, square televisions. But a lot of the games on original Xbox, especially near the end of its life cycle, had graphics that were meant to be played on a widescreen TV, and Scarface is one of them. So the game itself runs only in a box, but is all squished. And what the game assumes you're going to do, it's not assuming that you're going to be capturing the video. I mean, no one captured video back then. So it's assuming you're going to use your television to artificially stretch the aspect ratio of the video feed to fit to screen and make it stretch out and look good. So you can't do that in capture devices. That's the problem. So I gotta try to figure out a solution if I'm gonna play Scarface as a playthrough to try to make it the proper aspect ratio. So I guess we'll try to see. Anyway, I guess I should start formal pre-stream. I guess we'll start formal pre-stream. I don't know how many people are going to show up today, by the way. After yesterday, you know, the initial day of playing this game, I have no idea how many people are going to show up for the continuation today. It could be a very low amount. I don't know. Alright. Alright, let's do formal pre-stream. I'm going to answer a question on pre-stream that a few people had on Twitter earlier about Patreon, because everyone's confused. I don't blame you. I don't blame anyone who's confused anymore about Patreon, because they've changed everything like 3 times in the past year, and it's all messed up now. I'll try to make sense of this, all right? All right, everyone ready? Let's do formal pre-stream. Here we go. All right, there you go. I tried to get through it as quickly and efficiently as I could. I know it's still fucking confusing, but can't really control that. All right, let's boot her up. Oh, oh, oh yeah, baby. No Man's fucking Sky. What? What the fuck? Wow. That was a first. I couldn't even get past the fucking boot screen. Wow. Let's try that again. I hope that's not going to happen repeatedly, or else this could be a very short playthrough. Wow. That's a first. Crashing at the boot screen. Maybe if I move around. Woo! Whoa! What's funny is all those things you just saw are undiscovered. Ah, there we go. Okay. Well, we're back. What the fuck? I was gonna say, where's my ship? There it is. It wasn't there for a second. I was like, Alright, let's resume.